Welcome back to another episode on Global CEO Magazine. So joining with us today in conversation is a personality with wealth of experience in the banking sector in Sri Lanka. So he currently serves as the Deputy General Manager, Development Banking and Branch Credit Operations at Bank of Ceylon. Now, we all know, ladies and gentlemen, Bank of Ceylon has long been the pillar of national development in Sri Lanka, driving progress and at the same time empowering entrepreneurs across diverse communities in Sri Lanka. So as I mentioned earlier, today we have the Deputy General Manager, Development Banking and Branch Credit Operations at Bank of Ceylon, Mr. R.M.N. Jeewanta, joining us in conversation. So this is to understand how BOC continues to foster SME growth, empower women and youth, and at the same time transform the communities in and across Sri Lanka. So welcome to the show, Mr. Jeewanta.
Thank you for having me.
Now, as I mentioned earlier, Mr. Jeewanta, you oversee development banking and branch credit operations across 5 provinces in Sri Lanka. So can we start our conversation by you giving us an overview of what exactly is your mandate and how do you align that with the development goals of Bank of Ceylon?
Now we are basically, you said, now we at Bank of Ceylon, we have divided the entire country for 11 provinces. So basically we have 2 DGMs appointed to look after this retail banking sector. So one of them is me. Then for under me there are 5 provinces, entire countries I am covering. Under these 5 provinces, we are actually taking care of all the commercial loans for the Bank of Ceylon from the retail side. And apart from taking care of commercial loans, entire branch network, now we have 661 branches in the island for the Bank of Ceylon, and entire SME and development banking products are coming under me. So I cover entire country under the SME products and the development banking products. So it's a huge task, and we are actually doing it. Recently I have joined this particular department, and I was the head of treasury during the crisis. Then I moved to 1.5 years ago to take over this development banking SME side. So we are pretty happy to say that after taking over this department, Bank of Ceylon basically having 86 years. We have started the bank in 1939, 1st of August. Now we are basically 86 years old. All these throughout the 86 years, we have been doing something better to this country. We are a commercial bank fully owned by the government, but rather than having the profit motive, we have more than the profit motive. We have sustainability motive, enhancing the lifeline of community, and we have many things on the social responsibility side. So we are very happy to say that under this SME and the development banking sector.
Now, you did mention about how Bank of Ceylon is actually supporting the growth of SME sector in Sri Lanka, and it is no doubt that SME sector, it forms the backbone of Sri Lanka's economy. So how do you actually support their growth as Bank of Ceylon?
Now, SME sector in Sri Lanka count for 52%. Their contribution is 52% for the GDP. And also the 45% of employment, plus 20% represented by SME sector for the export. So the huge thing. So the backbone and the lifeline of the country economy is SME. So we have a social responsibility to uplift all the SME entrepreneurs in this country. And I told you that we are the largest bank, largest profit maker in banking sector, corporate world. Rather than having the profit motive, we have so many social responsibility to uplift of this SME sector. And during the past few years, we have been doing to uplift our youth entrepreneurs, women entrepreneurs, then all the rural community to uplift their livelihoods by introducing new products, financial products, not only the financial products, but also the non-financial products also we are actually introducing them, and to enhance their financial inclusion. Also we have done many things, and to promote all informal, basically taking there from informal to formal sector to uplift of their livelihood, especially the SME entrepreneurs in this country.
I think our conversation would be complete if you don't share a success story, how you and Bank of Ceylon Development Banking have actually transformed the livelihood of the SME sector in Sri Lanka.
Yes, Oshida, I can tell you many examples. We have been doing this SME support for 86 years after the inception of the bank. But recently we have introduced a new product called BOC Youth. Our main target was to have the produce young entrepreneurs who are below 30 years of age. We must tell you one thing, we are very much successful in this program, and we have by now we have produced 18,000 young entrepreneurs, all are below 30 years. So we have disbursed more than 7 billion rupees among them. So the one success story is all are 30 years, all are below 30 years, and we have seen many entrepreneurs who have won the export markets. That's the key thing, and we have seen under this BOC Youth financial support program, and we recently had many, we actually asked them to come to the head office, and we asked them, we told them to produce their presentations, how they have succeed in their products. So that we are very happy to say that there are few people, especially young entrepreneurs in this country, have won the export market also. Basically their products, the raw material they have they have basically provided themselves in the country itself. There is no imported raw material, that is the key thing. So we are very happy as a state bank actually promoting in subsidy products, import subsidy products, and also that we are promoting entrepreneurs who can come out as entrepreneurs by utilizing the raw material in Sri Lanka itself. So then everything is Sri Lankans, indigenous products. So they have won they have actually gone to the export market also. And also I must mention one thing, we have done everything this development banking SME sector, we have a separate unit called SME unit, SME circle. And whoever who needs financial supports, we ask them to come to SME circle and we take care of them. A to Z package we have, anybody who needs to go to overseas, go to export market, then we have another circle called export circle. So that we are comprehensively equipped, and whoever who comes to the Bank of Ceylon as SME, financial support from A to Z, then the end is the export market. Not only the financial products, whatever the advisors, guidance they need, we are actually providing them under this SME circle.
Now, we did mention about how Bank of Ceylon is actually making an effort to make sure that financial inclusivity is spread across Sri Lanka, and one of the leading aspects of financial inclusivity is micro and consumer lending. So how do you ensure access to credit across your provinces while maintaining responsible and sustainable lending practices?
I must tell you one thing now, we have still seen through that we have 661 branches across the island, and we have covered every nook and corner in this island. We have more than 2000 touch points. But still we see some section of this country are still working with the informal sector. So we under the financial inclusivity, financial inclusion enhancement program, we have introduced a product called BOC Mithuru. So very successful program. Under the BOC Mithuru, we are expecting people who are working with the informal banking sector to transfer them into a formal banking sector. We are very happy to say that we have created more than 10,000 people, and we have created more than 2,000 groups under this BOC Mithuru program. All are banking or all are doing financial things with the informal sector. Now all are banking with Bank of Ceylon. So that is one of the financial inclusivity program we have launched, and very successful program. Plus we have recently done BOC Gammana program, where we select rural village and we provide all the infrastructure facilities people who are living in this village, and to come out as self entrepreneurs. So the very successful. We have done 6 program and another 3 to be completed before end of this year, and we are actually planning to complete another 3 Gammana program under BOC Gammana program. And we have not only providing the financial facilities, actually we are maintaining throughout the period. We have allocated the big amount for the maintenance, and recently we have opened BOC Gammana Nagala, that is in Bibile, and very remote area. We have provided, we have given many things to come out as entrepreneurs, and we have provided equipment for the school also. We are very happy to say that Bank of Ceylon is taking the leading role to enhance the upliftment of the people's livelihood, and also the enhance their financial inclusivity in this country.
Now, you did mention about how Bank of Ceylon has made an effort to empower the youth entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka. Especially, you did mention about programs which you have influenced youth who are under the age of 30 to start their own businesses, to start their entrepreneurship journey. So, would you share with us some of the success stories of how you have empowered women entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka?
Our main focus is to produce young entrepreneurs to this country. So we know that since I told you earlier also, the 52% contribution coming from the SME. So we identified youth are the backbone of this country, plus women are another backbone of this country. So both these sectors are very much critical for the economic development of this country. So we have introduced new loan scheme, as I mentioned earlier, BOC Youth. Then for the women entrepreneurs, we have introduced a BOC Run. So both the financial products are very successful among young entrepreneurs and the women entrepreneurs. So we must tell you, now under this BOC Youth program, we have divided entire these entrepreneurs for the 11 categories. So under 11 categories, we have SME circle in the head office. We are monitoring weekly their progress, how they have done it, what are the requirements, where they want to go. So entire monitoring mechanism is done by the head office level. So under the SME circle for this young entrepreneurs, plus women entrepreneurs also, we have a separate category coming under the development banking sector who is looking after women entrepreneurs. So very much successful. Under this BOC Run, we are actually giving at a very single digit, very low interest rate, and we are actually giving rupees 100 million maximum for their entrepreneurship. And recently we know that women entrepreneurship definition also changed, but very much supportive. And being a largest bank in the Sri Lanka, we have identified the key sectors, which is youth and the women, and we are actually working for that also, and I must tell you.
Now, one of the most important aspects that you covered during our conversation is that Bank of Ceylon, being the biggest bank in Sri Lanka, is not solely focused on profit making. And so beyond financial inclusion, what kind of social and community transformations do you believe that these programs will bring about to the diverse communities in Sri Lanka?
As I told you earlier, now we have still see some section of this country are working still with the informal banking community, so banking sectors. And being the regulator of Sri Lanka, Central Bank of Sri Lanka also making some programs to take these people, especially the rural area, villages, to taking from informal to formal sector. And being the largest bank, state bank in Sri Lanka, Bank of Ceylon also in line with the government policies and the Central Bank of Sri Lanka, which is the regulator of us, to enhance the people to educate how you are banking with the banking sector. So rather than going for an informal sector, it's everything you have in the banking sector in Sri Lanka. We have 26 banks in Sri Lanka. So wherever you go, any banks, not only Bank of Ceylon, but any banks you go there, without collateral also, you can obtain whatever the financing support you need. Now recently government, which is especially the ADB, has given a concessionary program, which is we call NCGI, where any SME wants to have financing facility, without any collateral you can obtain loans. We have ADB has given 13 participant institution, Bank of Ceylon is one of them, and we are actually playing the leading role under this, and we have granted many facilities under NCGI facility, which is funded by ADB. And the most important thing is anybody who is not having any collateral or security, you can obtain loan from bank under this facility. So wherever you go, anything you need, financing support at very low interest rate, you can obtain even without having collateral. So I invite people in this country, come to any bank, so come to even any bank and obtain these facilities without any collateral. So the banks are basically focusing to grant this particular loan without any collateral. So no need to go to informal banking sector, move on to the formal banking sector, everything is there for you.
So looking ahead, what are your priorities for development banking and retail credit in the coming years?
Now, basically, every institution has a budget to achieve. So we also have a budget to achieve, and under the corporate plan. And I must tell you, we are happy to say that we have achieved the budget also, and we are in 2024. Bank of Ceylon was the largest profit earner in this country. Not only the banking sector, but irrespective of any institution, any corporates, we are the largest profit earner of this country. But I must tell you one thing, all these profits belong to the government. So the citizens of this country, we are 100% owned by the government. So whatever the profit we earn, actually owned by these citizens of this country. So we have been doing that. And also one thing, we have achieved the budget, whatever the given by the management to us. And I must happy to say that new GM, we have a new general manager, and we have a board also. All are supportive for us to achieve this, whatever the target given to us, that is financial terms. Plus, we are more focusing on the SME sector and the development sector of this country. And I get most of the support from the board and the corporate management to achieve this development banking targets and the SME sector targets, and we are happy to say that we have maintained the largest SME portfolio by now, and we are playing the leading role whatever the finance projects proposed by the government and whatever the donor agencies like ADB, World Bank, we are playing the leading role. So we spread Bank of Ceylon logo, Bank of Ceylon sign everywhere in this country, so that whoever who comes to Bank of Ceylon, you can see many products. And digitally also we are very savvy at the moment. Under the new GM's guidance, we are actually having a digital savvy bank now. We have introduced many digitalized products, especially to enhance the financial inclusion also for the remote area people also. Anybody who doesn't have any bank account, we have introduced BOC Connect for them to have banking attitude, banking enter into a banking arena. We are happy to say that we are more committed to enhance the livelihood of SME sector in this country. Not only we are making profit, just true, that is our main priority, but the profit goes to the general treasury, belongs to the people of this country. Plus, we have social responsibility to enhance the livelihood of SME entrepreneurs for this country.
And finally, on a personal note, what actually motivated you to lead such initiatives, and at the same time, what kind of a message would you give out to the aspiring entrepreneurs in Sri Lanka?
Especially the support I get from the management and the board of directors. We have a very expert bank as chairman, Kavindi Soisa. Then we have a new GM, Mr. Y.A. Jayatilaka. All these people's motive is to enhance the livelihood of this SME sector. So that we are actually working for that. All the facilities we are giving to this community to enhance their livelihood, being as the self-sufficient people in this country, not to depend on anybody. So that we have been providing all the financial support for them, not only the financial support, anybody who needs non-financial support, the guidance, advisors, find the markets and everything we provide under this SME circle. So I invite all the entrepreneurs who is having an idea of being an entrepreneur for this country to produce something, come to the Bank of Ceylon. We are there for you. And I must tell you finally one thing, not only the profit motive, but social responsibility also, we are one of the key aspects to achieve as a state bank in this country.
Right, so with that, ladies and gentlemen, we would like to conclude today's conversation with Mr. R.M.N. Jeewanta, who is the Deputy General Manager, Development Banking and Branch Credit Operations at Bank of Ceylon. Thank you, sir, for joining us and for committing your time and effort to be with the Global CEO magazine.
Thank you very much, Joseph, for inviting me.